maybe I'm foolish, or maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Don't ask my opinion, don't ask me to lie, and beg for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human. I made mistakes. I'm only human. It's all it takes to put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. 'Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. 'Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, at the nicest. Match time, my city. At the hypest, we see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them think priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nah the rice yet. So a Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, we say big up on no city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way how the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them putting we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working, the government working. The government working, the government working. The government working, the government working. The government working. Don't mix me with politics. I yes, the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fix. Man, I come for some kicks. Can leave the bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still give it some licks. The government working. 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 The government. This is for the hater. For the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. For the hater. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Government working. The 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 government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking. They're walking. The government working.
Oh yes. A lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana, where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana, to grow up in a land united and free, with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future.
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bring your vibes you can feel.
News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, feel it and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we've got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, your toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, turn and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. Sorry for the late start. Sorry for not being here with you live yesterday, but as you all know, you all have multiple things we're doing, and sometimes things overlap, and we have to try our best to get everything or most things done. Nevertheless, morning to all the people joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to the persons joining us across the diaspora. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Welcome to the program. Guys, no energy drink this morning, no coffee. So I can push through, right? But sometimes the shenanigans in Guyana, it is sent a burst of energy through me, but it's not usually a good one. It's one of vexation. But nevertheless, let's continue. Let's get into it. Special reminder to the persons in the comment section. I see Halidino, please send me your information. I have Miss Briglal needs a housekeeper. So Halidino, if you're on the live, send me your number on Facebook. I thought I had it in the phone. And the other person who did the cleaning service, they don't work anymore. So send me a number, Haladino, so I can pass it on. You can get some work, right? So who we have here this morning? Hanuman Prem Kumar, morning to you. Naz Ali, Mohammed Isaf, good morning. Data, Nandalal, Salome, Philip Diabru, morning to you. Abdul Latif, Chris, morning to you. Ken Ramsami, Chris B, Malchan Prem Kumar, Leslie Mangal, morning to you. Philip Diabru, Rahim Amarali. Yeah. Frank Gani, good morning. Violet Prasad, Henry Jagdio, Sunita Sokraj, morning to you. Morning, everybody. Daniel Gaji, good morning to Mr. Gaji. I think he's in town. He's supposed to be in town. Eunice Raghubir, morning to you. You'll be heading this way in December. Happy to have you back at home. Jonah Bijan, good morning. Jean Cornelius, Abu Sharif, morning to you. Leroy Mangal, good morning to you. Walter Fisher, Mike Bisram, Safo Diabru, good morning to you. Feroz Wahid and Hill, morning, everybody. Now, this morning, so I wasn't live yesterday. What's this? Jesus Christ. This come from the laundry. I take this out. This on the screen? What story is this? Y'all hold on a second. I collect these clothes from the laundry. I got where did I go on my thing, man? Y'all hold on. Damn it.
From the latest headlines to the local, it's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, your toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Plug into the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world. We got the news on Livewire. There's nothing to lose. Livewire, turning the guild spot. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way.
Right, so let's get into it. I was laughing because I found it funny. JHK Lal seems like somebody who is desperately trying to draw attention away from himself. And in that effort to draw attention away from himself, he seems to be bringing more attention to himself. Right? And I'm like, what are you doing, brother? You understand? What are you doing? You're making yourself look rather guilty. Right? So I'm going to go to Demerara Waves Facebook page. And this morning, we're looking at some articles published by Demerara Waves and how they seem to be contradicting each other. Right? So this is their page, Demerara Waves, and here we have the story that came out just after Dennis Shibral's, JHK Lal's press conference. This outfit is run by Dennis Shibral. There have been allegations that the two of them or JHK Lal has something to do with Demerara Waves and whatnot, their operations. Right? I don't know if he's a contributor, part owner, or what, but he has something to do with them. So this one came out on the 21st. JHK Lal had a press conference. He talked a bunch of stuff, confused us a lot. He said to us that, the US told us about gold smugglers and they provided some names with photos. He also told us, as the head of the agency in charge of looking after Ghana's patrimony in terms of gold extraction and that kind of thing, to keep everybody intact, to keep everybody doing the right thing. JHK Lal says to us that the US gave a dossier with names, with photos of alleged or suspected gold smugglers. Right? I'm sitting here this morning to tell you that the head of the gold board, right? The head of the gold board, the person who's at the head of the agency, that person's smuggling gold, trying to bypass, or other agencies as well, but the guy in the gold board, because you have to declare there. So, the head of the gold board got not straight down credible information, but proper information. Got information that hey, they got some gold smugglers operating in this country here. Look at the names. These are the photos, so that if you walk out this door right here from this room that we talking to you in, we just give you this dossier. If you walk out this door here now, and you raise your head, and you look around, and one of them there, you have a photo, so you know what they look like. The head of the Guyana Gold Board. The agencies, the smugglers trying to get around, not pay all the royalties to or whatever it is they pay to them. The head got that dossier and didn't even crack the folder to see. Like if I know somebody in here. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Let me see if I know somebody in here, man. Let me see if some cousin or something for me in here, like just give them a heads up. Let me say you can do that. Let me see if anybody is in here of importance. Anybody in here that, and I would think that the Guyana Gold Board, they would be interested in thwarting smuggling efforts, right? I would think that they would be interested in that. So I am thinking that the Guyana Gold Board, which it used to be or it still is in the compound with GGMC, because I think GGMC moved, but I don't know if it's all of them. But anyway, they were in the compound with GGMC. It may still be in the compound with GGMC. So the Guyana Gold Board should be interested in stopping smuggling. So in my mind, I'm thinking this organization, shucks, this easy call by. This organization should have an investigative department. If they don't, GGMC definitely has one. Hold on, just sorry. Oh, jeez, who going at me this morning? In here with all the code, please. Jesus. Right. So GGMC must have an investigative department. I am saying that I highly doubt GGMC and the Guyana Gold Board are not working together. Highly doubt it. So there must be collaboration. So you're trying to tell me that as the former head of the Guyana Gold Board at that time, when the US gave you this dossier with these names and photos, you had no information from the local investigative departments of the Guyana Geology and Mines, maybe the Guyana Gold Board itself, doing investigations to see how or who's smuggling gold and how much and whatnot from the Guyana Revenue Authority. None of these agencies gave you or your colleagues who were running the Gold Board at the time any information that you could have said, but you know, GGMC said Courdel, they think Courdel smuggling gold, but they got no information on it. I see Courdel name in this dossier. You trying to tell me you collect this dossier from whoever you collect it from and just hand it to the Minister of Natural Resources at the time, at the head of the Gold Board? Make it make sense. I know Guyanese has done enough stupidness, but make it make sense. Are you that not interested in your job? Because your job as the head of the Gold Board is to make sure royalties pay, people in smuggling out with gold, issue export license and those kind of things. So you would have failed at your job then. Because a lot of the gold that was smuggled under your tenure. Now, GHK had his press conference, and Demerara Waves produced this story here that we're looking at, right? Let me make it a little bigger. Former Gold Board chairman says U.S. provided names of suspected gold smugglers. But now we know his names and pictures. Right? Let's jump over to this tab because I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. Now, first of all, please understand, this Banner said at his press conference he did not look at the dossier. Right? He did not look at the dossier. Let me find the section. I mean, gotta go back to the audio. I think Dennis edited this story. I didn't even want to go and play the stupidness. No, anyway, back to my point that I was making. Sorry. Now, former chairman of the Guyana Gold Board, Gabriel Lal, says the U.S. Embassy had handed over a dossier of names of alleged gold smugglers and other suspected criminals, and he had handed them over to the then Natural Resources Minister, Raphael Trachtman. Quote, absolutely, as a matter of fact, they brought out a file. It had about 40 names. Listen, Guyana too small for a list of 40 names to come out and you know one person on the list. Even passing them by. Guyana too small for it. It had about 40 names and pictures inside. I didn't recognize any of those people. Gold smuggling, drug smuggling, anti-money laundering. Every single thing, every allegation that has been leveled against the Mohammeds, you hear, but he didn't recognize, he didn't see nobody. And everybody else in the dossier, he didn't know. Right? All Guyanese, but I didn't recognize. Remember, I am new to this place at this time, so I didn't recognize any of them. And he said Lal, an American citizen who returned to Guyana to live. Let me call this Banner and find out, because I specifically remember but I don't have the video. Oh, I gotta store this guy number. This is bad. But anyway, as I was saying, Lal passed this thing over to the minister. Right? No. Remember Lal said, I know nobody. And I can prove my point of which I put forward earlier. He said he didn't look at the dossier. So now we're going with he see nobody he know. Right? Now, Mr. Lal said, and I'm reading down here, you could probably see the mouse moving on the screen. Mr. Lal said Azadeen Mohammed and his father Nazar Shell Mohammed, or major players in Guyana's gold community, were not mentioned in the U.S. Embassy's document that had been handed to him. Mr. Lal said I shared that information with the minister who had some of it. I don't understand. I shared that information with the minister who had some of it. I guess somebody gold smugglers. He added that I think that was not my place to call the police because it was shared with him from one government of a country of which he is a citizen. What? Mr. Lau said, I shared that information with the minister who had some of it. He added that I think that was not my place to call in the police because it was shared with him from one government of a country of which he is a citizen. What the? I matter, me seeing good or something. Y'all see what I seen on the screen? Mr. Lau said, I shared the information with the minister who had some of it. He added that I think that was not my place to call in the police because it was shared with him confidentially from one government of a country of which he is a citizen. Who, Trotman? What? Listen, just actually check the comment section. Am I the only person? Sue is with your mother in Alpha Hotel, and Sue is jumping down in her. Wait, hold on. Early morning cross, by name and nature. Sue is with your stinking mother. Your dirty, stinking, knockabout mother. Flea roach infested parts mother. Your mother. Sue is in her, with her right now, and destroying her like a beast. Mind you, with a clothespin on the nose because she stink and dirty. Right, early morning cross, your mother. So like I was saying, who is he talking about here? Raffle Trotman got citizenship someplace else? Or I just didn't understand the sentence. I think that it was not my place to call in the police because it was shared with him. I'm thinking the minister is talking about here, confidentially from one government of a country of which he's a citizen. Look, I ain't gonna bother to try to understand what they're talking about here. My point is, GHK Lal and Courdel Trotman, and mind you, sorry, hold a second. Mind you, Dennis Shabral got a story from Raffle Trotman as well. So just let me show this to you. Right? So this is GHK Lal's story. And then this is Raffle Trotman's story. They're about 2 hours apart. Right? I just read to you that GHK Lal said that Azruddin Mohammed asked Mohammed, El Cratofeso, and Shell Mohammed that the shell that the ass fell out of were not there. 2 hours later, Dennis Shabal posts a story saying that the man who get the dossier said the name being there. You understand what you're here? That's the antics. Right? So what we need to understand is that GHK Lal's statements are nothing more than a selective, self-serving political distraction designed to protect individuals who are criminally indicted by a U.S. grand jury. Right? Criminally indicted. This article attempts, and his efforts as well, attempts to shield the Mohammeds by trying to rewrite history and downplaying their role while placing blame on everyone else the actual accused. Right? Now, let's look at the misleading claims about the US Embassy report. Lal claims Mohammed's, their names were not there. They were not listed. And this seems to be implying innocence. Now, what we got to understand that him saying that, one, is irrelevant, and two, is deceptive. The US Embassy dossier referenced predated OFAC sanctions and the grand jury indictment by years. Right? The dossier was around long before any sanctions kick in or any indictments roll out. The current legal case against us and Shell is based on fresh evidence, financial intelligence, and US federal investigations. Absent from an old intelligence list does not equal innocence in present-day indictments. Now, understand, US federal indictments is the highest legal threshold. The Mohammeds are being rumored or alleged, the allegations of them towards them. They aren't being rumored or alleged by word of mouth. Right? They have been indicted by the US grand jury after reviewing evidence, bank records, export documents, customs data. So this is not speculation. This is a criminal charge with international legal force. So no amount of political defense or media spin can erase a US grand jury indictment. Now, let's jump back to Lal. Lal admits there was evidence of gold theft. He himself said that he had an intuitive belief. He spoke about leakages and suspicions of major players in gold smuggling. He acknowledges at the press conference systems were manipulated, seals were reused, and staff were compromised. Yet, he admits he didn't call the police, despite him having a legal duty to do so. The chairman of the Guyana Gold Board. This is self-incrimination at its best. He confirms wrongdoing was evident, but chose inaction. Now, last press conference also reveals the APNU AFC protectionism. He handed the US dossier to minister at the time, 18 million US signing man, Raphael Trautman. And again, nothing was done. Nothing was done to protect Guyana, to ensure that Guyana received what it was supposed to receive. Under the APNU AFC government, not a single, let me stop and say it again. Under the APNU AFC government, not a single gold smuggler was prosecuted. This proves that under their tenure, gold smuggling was protected and not investigated. Now, that press conference that y'all saw the other day, that's just Lal trying to play victim to avoid scrutiny. He's claiming political persecution because the vice president mentioned his name. Yet, openly admits, I receive intelligence. Well, don't say I. He, Lal, received intelligence. He suspected large-scale smuggling. He did nothing. He didn't do anything. He didn't investigate. He didn't prosecute. Nothing. This is not persecution, Mr. Lal. You are being held accountable. You are the head of the agency. You received information. You did nothing. Nothing. Now, the OFAC sanctions and the US indictments, in my view, are the real issue. We all know the Mohammeds are currently under OFAC sanctions and criminal indictments for all the things they did. Tax evasion, money laundering, smuggling, everything. What I just said to you, those are the facts of today. Today, the 23rd of October 2025. Those are the facts of today. Not yesterday's rumors. Those are facts of today. Their guilt or innocence will now be determined in a court of law, not by political operatives or during press conferences or during interviews. The court. Right? So, this attempt to recycle old intelligence files to discredit the US indictments is a deliberate distraction. And mind you, Raphael Trotman, in this story here, says US flag Mohammeds, the same person that GHK Lawson wasn't there. So apparently, after the minister get the dossier, he put it on somebody slipping Mohammed's them inside for him to see, but not for GHK Lal to see. Right? Not for GHK Lal to see. These guys, look, I want y'all to understand. You see Creative Face and Shell, they're not facing political rumors. They are facing federal criminal charges. No amount of local PR or political friendships can wash that away. Especially when it's with people like a Manza and them who can't do nothing for you. Nothing. Nothing. Right? What Lal has confirmed is not the innocence of Creative Face and his father, but the failure of the previous APNU AFC government to act on known intelligence. This is not a defense. This is an admission of neglect. Now that real evidence has emerged, the law must take its course without interference. Right? So when we thought we did just vex with Raphael for the $80 million, we got vex for Gold Tunnel. Understand? We got to vex for Gold Tunnel. Is what Quincy frightened? Oh, I thought you said LOL. Listen, Lal head ain't good, brother. Lal head ain't good. Lal head ain't good. And listen, y'all ever see this guy do a press conference ever? Ever? So I see somebody asking when will the law take its course. To that person, let me put you up. Let me highlight you. So Feroz Wahid wants to know when will the law take its course. Feroz Wahid, this is what I'll say to you. The law will take its course very soon, very shortly. Look, listen. Listen, it's crazy. It's crazy. But they can deal with them. Everybody who is involved in that gonna get dealt with. Every single one of them. Right? Every single one of them. And jeez, it's something else I was supposed to talk to y'all about. I wrote it down somewhere, but I wasn't finding it. But I wanted to touch again on Mr. Sears. So apparently I scroll his Facebook and see Devin resign from the Linden something tourism group, something Linden something, right? He resigned. So I think it to myself, pardon man, I thought you there in the lock. How you writing resignation from jail? Right? How you writing resignation from jail? Yesterday, some people were making some points that Devin can get off. I was like, how you come up with that? So they were saying that they're thinking that the older guy, with some kind of coercion from somewhere, will Mukesh Rigger's case going on. All the lawyers sick. Some of them out the country. Some got diarrhea. Some got clap. All them sick, right? Only person who showed up with the rigors was Mohammed's lawyer, Darren Wade. Mohammed's self-confessed lawyer. Sorry, the PNC appointed lawyer to the Mohammeds who confess everything. Darren Wade. He's the only one that showed up. And even the magistrate said, hey, y'all don't go far in this case to Darren Wade, only he alone representing you. Okay, y'all don't go to jail. Let me enjoy until these lions come back. Because whilst I look over this case, I will let y'all take representation from Darren alone. It is not safe. You will be incarcerated. Definitely. You understand? Now, back to what I was saying. David resigned from prison. How? Who in the police, the station in there, breakdown? Not breakdown, in Linden. Because I'm thinking, okay, they can hold it there until it's court date. But who get even pen and paper or a laptop or phone to write resignation letter and email out or send out? Dale Henry, don't set me up, champ. Don't set me up. Dale, don't set me up. Please ask somebody from that area to give you that information. I didn't even, Dale, you notice me even broach the topic, brother, right? Quincy, go in the comments and check Deal Henry comment at 8:44. Deal. Actually, James Bond. No, Dale, I am vexed with but I'm going to let. And today, hold on. Let me make sure before I say, and then it's not so. Don't see anything yet. No, I don't see anything yet. So me gonna make no announcement neither. But me by. Let me find out. I'm finding out. I'm gonna let y'all know. Right? What? That big deal. Oh Lord. What was telling y'all before? So yeah, they even write you resignation from jail or the lockups, right? And as I was saying, I was talking to some people yesterday. It's like they even gonna get off because most likely the other guy, the older guy, will say, "Well, this is my stuff. This man ain't know nothing about it." But I am saying that is utter madness. That's madness. How am I? Firstly, is he's the chairman and vice chairman of this tourism committee. Is he authorized to take the bus? That's the first thing we have to find out. Because if he's not, this he take the bus. Secondly, where you pick up this man from? All right, you don't know the man or whatever. He stand up on the side of the road. You're driving. You see it's late. You want to get drop into Linden. Say you stop. When you stop and he say, "Man, hi chief, I'm going to Linden. Can I drop?" You say yes. He tell you, "Man, I got some things to put in the trunk, or I fetch you some things here." Where he just jump in the vehicle and stuff appear in the vehicle with you. He have to pack it in there. So during that packing process of this stuff, the narcotics, where were you? Where were you, David? You gotta explain that to the police. How this man get all these things into the vehicle that you remove from the tourism place in Linden in the vehicle unknowing to you. Anybody who has had any encounter with marijuana understands that whether it's lit or not lit, there's a scent that gives off. People who deal with marijuana will tell you that even if the bag is closed, all it does is dull the scent down a little bit. It is there. So if you are in a bus, not a train where even at the head of the train and the marijuana the tail of the train, you're in a bus, a 15-seater bus, even with the windows open, you will smell something. You will smell something. And coming from Linden, you know the difference between ganja scent and tourism plant scent. But ganja could be a tourism plant. It's a relaxing thing. You understand? I know. I don't know if the ganja is a tourism plant for truth. It may be. But you ain't smell nothing. You ain't hear nothing. The man packing it 650 pounds of weed going in the bus, and you'll feel it boxing down when the weed going in, and when he putting it in there, the bus dropping and raising up to say, "Hey, what kind of tourism plants you throwing in the bag that's heavy, man?" I would love to see how they spin this. How? You had to be aware of the man packing something in your bus. Well, they got the tourism region 10 tourism committee bus. You had to be aware. Where's your vehicle to even stairs? What are you doing with the bus at the hour in night? Collecting tourism plants. Plus, when the police initially stopped them, it is reported that one, me by sweating like a yeah. So no press conference today, people. Right? There no press conference today. So me by sweating like a whore in a in a church. They had some saying like the you're sweating like not sweating like a pig. You're sweating like a whore in a church. Something. Anyway, my point is, if you say he's sweating, if you say where you going now, he said he gonna collect. He moving tourism plants. If it is, he even was unaware of what he had. This man, he asked the man, and they asked him to drop it to tongue, man. This man, you know, he picked you up on the side of the road. What happened to the bag he got in there? You don't like home. That would have been the explanation. You went and picked up plants. Indeed. You understand me? But the 420 kind. The 420 kind. And that's why I'm saying I highly doubt they even gonna get away from this. I doubt it. Listen, I there's no spin Nigeria you could come up with. How we get the bus? Where we doing? Where they going with the bus in the first place? At the hour. How are you saying to me that you pick up somebody who packed something in your vehicle that you don't know? Now, mind you, understandably, if you are traveling someplace, let's say I'm going down the road and I see Quincy Anderson, or I see Akeem Evans, or I see Omadeli Favelas. Now, these are persons who are, I would consider, the bestest of friends that I have. Now, if I'm driving down the road and I see any of the three of them, and they got a bag with them, I can give them a job. I can give them a job. Me gonna ask them where they got in the. If they got one bag, they got two bags. Me gonna ask them with the bag and put the bag in the vehicle. But if I am driving down the road, I see any of the three of them with but 9-10 bags wrapped up in plastic, even in a suitcase, wrapped up in plastic, got R on it and all kind of thing. This don't look too kosher. It don't look kosher. If I was passing any one of the three of them, and I saw wait, I'm supposed to got this thing here still. I don't think it get deleted. And I don't think it get pushed down the far. It's supposed to be here still. Oh, yeah. If I had seen Quincy Anderson, Omadeli Flavius, or Akeem Evans with all them bag there, you see all the plastic in the corner there? It's driveway and left them. It's driveway and left them. Quincy, what are you doing with that? What is that in there? What's all the milk packets, Quincy? What are you bringing into my vehicle for? You have to explain to me. Matt, this picture, you gotta get this picture bigger, buddy. And to me, that's the only plausible or reasonable explanation that you could use. I come and telling them, I see this man on the road, I give you a drop, I pick you up, I don't know what you had in the bags then. But how could you see when this man coming into your vehicle, right? This man coming into your vehicle, it can take time to pack all of the, does not pick up and put in. There's several pickups and putting in ends. Several pickups and putting in ends. have to know. You have to know. What these bars be on the side of the road with you. You have to go in and bring them out. You have to pull the bus in the car and back up in some place. I would love to see how you escape in this, Devin. I would love to see how you escape in this. You notice, but I'm not sure. They may have been. I highly doubt it, but they may have been. Not a word from the APNU. Bare shippings from the AFC. And all those opposition MPs who constantly used to chastise PDP administrations, PDP ministers, PDP officials. All this drug money. Are you running the drugs? Yeah, drugs. You're shipping out the drugs. It's one of their own. Get caught with it. I thought this man was Devin father when I see the photos first. I never said this big man. What he doing? What is he doing? Right? What he doing? So I don't care what nobody said. That is a hell of a lot of weed. And the custodian, the amendments that the PVP administration did in relation to small amounts, non-custodial sentence, and I think it's not therapy, counseling. This don't apply here, Champo. This don't apply here. That was like when President Ali had just won the election. And the PNC people and the AFC, them trying their best to rig everything. Y'all remember, I think it's somewhere in Europe, they had a big truck bus. Big truck bus. Big. A couple 100 tons of cocaine. Something like that. And the people said, it come from here. Right? I was walking around my community at the time. And the PNC area, I tell you, it's Macdome. But I live on the public road. Well, don't let me tell people thing. But walk around the area, the time going to one of the shops in the area. And the community is usually supportive at that time. Usually it was supportive of the PNC coalition people. Belgium, thank you. Right? Big cocaine bus. And the community, people in the community talking about it. Remember, I can't remember the president was sworn in yet, or they was fighting up still and them kind of thing. Oh, I think they were sworn in because the talk on the road was, soon as they come in, watch big set of cocaine. And I'm looking at these people, and I was saying, imagine. The government only come into power. This is like a week or two after the early shenanigans. Y'all know how long it takes for a boat to get from Guyana to Belgium? Y'all know, but didn't know under President Ali. The news come out under President Ali. But do you know how long it takes a boat to get from Guyana to Belgium? And if you did, you'd understand that this cocaine would have left Guyana under a Grange administration. Not shipped by them, but whilst they were in charge of everything. Whilst they were revamping the police force, putting all of them deputy commissioners who wasn't fit to fart. So it's a clear case of persons having a bias against the PPP. They just don't like them. And we continue to see examples of opposition figures connected to the drug trade, drug trafficking, money laundering, all sorts of things. All sorts of things. I believe that Sherrod Duncan is very conducts himself very close to what Melly Mel does, right? Very close. The operations very similar, very similar, very similar. And it seems like 2025 into 2026 is the year where every and anybody getting exposed, right? Look, listen. People who know me would tell y'all I really calm down a lot, and I really feel like as you get older, you look at things differently, right? And you start to make certain decisions. So, despite I'm working in the media since 2010, the care I have for my or how I am perceived by the public now is much more than it was then. When I first joined the media, it wasn't because of love of the work. It was because in the media you get to go places, you meet people, you understand? They had a kind of prestige that came with it, working in the media, young days and things. But even with that knowledge, I didn't care too much about what I said to people, how I operated, and them kind of thing. Now, it's like you buy the dining house 97% of the time just to avoid a problem. Honest to God, just to avoid a problem. Right? Because I'm being a little criticky here with you. I ain't gonna get emotional and cry, but I want y'all to understand what I do here in the morning. I want it to have credibility. And if I operate in a certain way, that lessens my credibility. So even with that police story I had the other day, mind you, I wasn't drinking and driving. I was not the person wrong in the accident that caused me to go to the station. But sometimes I get emotional about things because, and I said this some time back, it upsets me because I work in close proximity with government officials, ministers, and those kinds of things. And I see the effort that they put out. I see the effort that they put out to get the country going, development, care for citizens, vulnerable groups. I see in President Ali a genuine person who wants to see Guyanese benefit. A genuine person that when he looks at you, despite your race, he doesn't see, and these terms I hate using it, a black man or a coolie man or a buck man. He sees Guyanese that he wants to help. Right? He sees Guyanese that he wants to help. And I lost my train of thought. At the end of the day, all I'm saying to you guys, we continue to move forward. We continue to see an administration that is working to develop all of us, despite any setbacks they may be having. And I think that we should be appreciative of that. It's not a case where we should brush everything to the side. And again, everything is not perfect, but at least we see the effort on their part. The effort on their part to try and make Guyanese lives better. Trouble. Guys, There'll be no press conference by the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party. People's Progressive Party Civic. And if there's anything else during the day, we can pop in and do a live and let you know. This afternoon, happening at the Botanical Gardens, there will be the launch of the new Oriala Safari and the new Pacaraima Mountain Safari by the Guyana Tourism Authority. That's happening at 4:30 at the Botanical Gardens. Of course, you know our Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, the Honorable Susan Rodriguez, will be there as delivering the feature address, mingling with safari goers and, you know, the Guyanese who come out to see what's going on, right? Something else I wanted to tell y'all. Anyway, guys, y'all have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the continued support. Please, 90% of the persons watching us on YouTube are not subscribed. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free and it does a whole lot for us in terms of having the algorithm recognize us, pushing our content out to more persons. And in some cases, generating a little revenue. Let me get a little ads and thing from YouTube, man. So please share, subscribe, like, follow on all the platforms. Again, thank you for your continued support. Thank you for being wonderful Guyanese, wherever you are, whether it's here at home or in the diaspora. We love you, right? So that's it for me. And as I usually say, before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all